joking. You're pulling my leg. You're absolutely pulling my leg. La 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 la. You got to be pulling my leg. Okay, but like, what else though? Hi, Otis. Are you surprised? Well, no, I guess you can't really tell that I'm like on PC, but this should be a dead giveaway. It should be. I don't know what else to add on to this actually. Just looking through a couple things real quick. Don't mind me. I'll figure that out later. Anyways, let me just get right into this. Oh, there is a chat thing, actually. I mean, I'm not gonna freaking be able to see it from here. Oh my gosh, why did it do that? Please shrink. I'm still getting my feet wet with OBS, so don't mind me. I am but a wee baby. Mind nothing. No minds. No minds shall be had. But anyways, give me one second. I don't have any chocolate. All I have is some leftover fries and some ice from Chick-fil-A. Steam is open. What are you even talking about? Did not switch? Oh my gosh. Okay, it did switch. No! Oh my gosh, wait! Hold on. I feel like there might be slight delay, maybe. Hold on. Might have ruined the surprise just now. But just give me a second. Ignore that. You didn't see it. You didn't see any of that. You saw none of that. Just pretend like you didn't see any of that. Welcome to Disgaea 2 Cursed Memories. Now, if for whatever reason you have yet to read the description, Disgaea 2 will be taking the spot of Thursday streams until further notice. So yes. Any sorts of complaints shall be ignored. Unless you buy me a game for me to play on Thursdays that does not require me to have internet access. That's just too damn bad. Anyways, can I actually... Oh, Ooh, I don't like that. Okay, should definitely be X. Oh no. Change G. Oh shit. Oh jeez. Ooh, this is gonna be like... It's not Ooh. I'm gonna have to fix that later on. Otis, you know there was no Pokemans. Oh, I don't... No, they're so backwards. Ooh, I don't like that. Hold on. I really can't even change it. What? The game can be pretty loud, so I'm just gonna... Menu should definitely be this. Cancel should be circle. Okay, cool. I was just doing it wrong. I was having a moment. Oh, I don't want it that small. Maximized. I think maybe we'll just do full screen A. I think that's probably the best. Refresh rate synchronization, character filter. I don't know what the filters are for, but okay. Anyways, yeah. We're gonna start now. The Netherworld. Alexa, turn lights red. This world filled with vicious monsters. The number of netherworlds has expanded with the rise of demons, powerful enough to rule such worlds. The overlords. Now, another world is about to fall prey to such darkness.
Are you really gonna go through with this? You don't have to do this, you know. I can go and find Xenon myself.
Can you though, Can you?
Oh, yes, we do. We've already searched for him. We haven't even found a clue. Besides, we've already finished all the preparations to summon him. Fried dragon, berry oil, shuri sword, clown shoes, and a worm bone. It's all here.
I am resisting the urge to literally recite every single one of these lines by memory because I do know them, but I'm gonna not do that.
Now we just need to sacrifice a bit of life energy to summon Xenon. I hope. You just concentrate on defeating Overlord Xenon when he's summoned, okay? Honey, this summon is gonna take more than just a little life. We're gonna die!
Why do you have to use our life anyways?
Yeah, that's enough complaining. We need to sacrifice some life in order to summon Overlord Xenon. Besides, you're all demons. It's a year or two off your life. You'll probably spoil them anyway. What? Don't you want to be human again? Do you want all my hard work over the last 15 years to go to waste?
Me and Tarda were born demons. We don't care about being human.
Oh, ho. Shut up, brat. Mommy still wants to be human again. So be a good little sacrifice now. You call this good mothering?
Yes.
If you really need life energy, you can use mine, you know. Don't be absurd. You're the only human left in this world. Everyone else turned into monsters. We can't waste any of your precious life. I don't like this at all. Using sacrifices is just plain wrong. Only fair fights are worth fighting. It's just my style. Okay, you voiced your opinion. Now get ready for the summoning ritual. Did you even hear me?
I am slightly distracted. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull in as many peeps as I can. So I'm just making a little Abby ad real quick. Just real quick. Okay. Dang. I have to change the buttons around again. He's new. He's not in the original, so he must be for the PC version. Uh-huh. She's also new. There was not a music shop before. Got 3 honey bones. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, fuck. Hold on. My cords got all tangled in and whatnot. Now I got 4 honey bones. Got a couple mint bones. Ooh, I hate these names. Ew. They will be getting changed immediately. Did I not talk to Bridget? No, I did not. See, and that was one thing they changed in the later games. They decided to, instead of keeping them more so towards like a flower that could have like either gender or whatever, they just made the plant demons into freaking femboys. Where they may or may not be actually female or actually be male. And they gave them boobs. And I'm like, this is fine. Like, when I was growing up, this is just what they looked like. And then they were gone for a couple games, and then when they brought them back, they had boobs. And I'm like, this isn't what I grew up with. It's not what I remember. It's pretty bad. But I got over it. That's still what I prefer, but it's whatever. I'm not the developers.
outside world. What the hell are you talking about? Where are you from? My mansion, of course.
This bitch ain't never been outside.
What? You don't know where it is?
Well, that summon of yours is quite jarring. And truth be told, I have never been outside the mansion before.
What? Are you serious?
I shall grant your request and tell you all about the superior lifestyle of a noble. The standard recital takes 2 whole days.
Whoops.
Forget that. Look, all I want is for you to cooperate, okay?
And you know what makes me sad? Is that when they started creating DLC for the later Disgaea games, for whatever reason, not all of them have voice acting, and some of the ones that do, I don't think need it. But I feel like out of all of the DLC characters, the ones at least from like the first one, and well, duh, the first one will have the best because it was the beginning of the franchise. But I feel like 2 got skipped over for whatever reason, specifically because Adele has no new voice lines for any of the DLC. Like, his voice lines for his DLC character are literally just grunts and groans. And they aren't even good ones. And that's what makes me sad. Because I love the way his voice sounds, and you don't really even get to hear it in all of its glory when you have him as a DLC character. And that makes me so sad and so upset because he deserved better than that. For everything he does across his game, across 2, he deserved way better than that. Hell, they freaking gave they gave Rosalind better freaking soundbite noises than they gave Adele. And she's not even the main character. Upset.
Cooperate. Let me make this perfectly clear. I will not abide being taken hostage.
Look, that's fine. I wasn't gonna do that anyway.
Then what are you going to do?
I'm gonna take you back to Xenon. Back to your father.
What? Why would you do such a thing? Are we not enemies, you and I? Do you expect me to believe you?
Look, Princess, I only have one goal in mind. To defeat Overlord Xenon. After that, I won't need you anymore. But I do need you to guide me there.
What did you just say? You are going to defeat my father?
Which we gonna smack the shit out of that nigga when we find him. We are going to. First try. There will be no retries, no redos. We smacking him when we fight him, and that's just gonna be it.
Yeah? Why? What's wrong with that?
Are you insane? You are but a mere human simpleton who does not know his place. My father has slaughtered 1,000 overlords. He is known as the god of all overlords. How are you going to defeat him?
Go ahead and laugh, but I will be the one to defeat Xenon.
Well, you sure are confident. Ah, I see. You are planning to use me as a hostage to threaten my father.
I already told you, I'm not gonna take you hostage. Especially since you're a girl.
And his whole I hate girls thing, totally justified when he gives his reason later on. But oh, he is such a dork. I love Adele so much. Adele was like one of the only like male protagonists in a video game that I ever fucking cared about. I love this man to death. Jeez.
Then what was the point of summoning me if you will not take me hostage? I have better ways to waste my time.
We were trying to summon Xenon, but, no. There's no excuse for it. I apologize for summoning you. I'm sorry. What? Hey, don't come any closer. I don't really like girls.
It's not because he's gay. Adele has trust issues. That's all I'm gonna say.
To admit one's own mistakes. You are truly honest, especially for an
Okay, look. I will keep my promise. I will return you to your father. I pledge my honor on it.
I still do not trust you. If you are truly honorable, why not simply release me?
If it was that simple, I would have done so already. But breaking the terms of a summon requires the sacrifice of a life. My life.
Your life? Very well. You do appear truthful. I shall escort you to my father's mansion.
Summoning experiments. The fuck is that? Pretty sure I'm not gonna be able to tackle any of those. Oh, and there's stories for them too. I'll have to poke in on those later.
Even this place is getting overrun with monsters. Is Xenon's curse getting stronger? I better hurry before everyone loses their memories and turns into real monsters.
You fool. Take you to my father? Do you think I would blindly obey you? All enemies shall meet with death. These lowly monsters shall feast on you.
Not before they burn your ass up first.
Then I shall finally be free of these odious circumstances.
Ouch! Critical hit.
One of my favorite lines in the game.
What are you doing? You dolts! I am the daughter of Overlord Xenon. Such a violent act shall not be forgiven.
Prennies don't give a fuck, honestly. They really don't. They really don't.
Care, dude. Our boss is gonna take out Overlord Xenon. So eat pretty bombs, dude.
I also miss when Prenny sounded like this.
What did you say? Are you confessing to these lackeys of some charlatan plotting to kill my father? You got it, dude. We're lucky we found you out here, dude. Hey! What happens now?
Obviously, we kick their ass.
Yes, excellent plan. However, there is a slight problem.
What kind of problem?
I do not know how to fight.
You're joking, right?
I do not joke with peasants.
Hell no. I know what I'm doing. Just let me get in here. Yeah, I don't know what button 5 is, so. square do anything. Oh, that's new. So square is execute.
Ready, dude.
I'm gonna be messing around with this for a while. Because I'm trying to set it. I'm trying to set it to how it was originally. Adele, don't kill everyone, please. Give me like 2 seconds. Oh. Actually, I don't remember if that's how much range you got starting. It's been so long. Because I feel like it might have only been these four, like each square in any direction when you first start, but I don't remember. I really don't remember. Also,
Finally! Welcome to the screen.
'Tis indeed my fave game. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. I just rolled over my cord. No! Why is it all the way under my chair anyway? Okay. I had to do some research this weekend. Figure out how I can readjust my chair, because when I like bump it up, it does not stay up for very long. And I know I'm not over 200 pounds for it to be gliding like this. So I'ma situate that later. So this circle, new is triangle, new is triangle. Wait, previous pages. No, it's not. It's not the top of the chair. It's the actual like pipe piece, like the chair, like the I don't know, the piece that like attaches the wheels to the actual chair, like that piece. Also, is the game audio too loud? Otis like dipped out on me, so I don't have anybody to ask. Yeah. Dust. I guess so? Question mark? No, the lever works. It's just the actual like I'll send you like a picture of it. Like the pipe piece that the chair uses to slide up and down. Like it'll stay up for a little while and then eventually it'll kind of slide down on its own, I guess. Oh, wait till we get some more money. One of my favorite things about 2 are the weapon descriptions. They are so funny. Or at least to me. Domestic abuse. It's fake, but at least it looks nice. Like, right? I'd be embarrassed to use that thing. And back in the day, when 2 first came out, there was no, like, oh, you can just increase the freaking, you can just increase how much damage each of your specials do, and how much, like you can increase your range just by, like, grinding mana and stuff like that. Like, they took a lot of the grind, or not, no, that's a lie. They took some of the fun out of grinding and spamming your special abilities. Because back in 2, you couldn't go to... You didn't have, like, a little specialty shop or whatever where you could increase how much damage your specials do. You had to use them over and over and over and over and over again to increase its rank, at least for certain specials. Like, well, no, your weapon your weapon proficiency, and of course your actual, like, weapons level goes up with usage and with time. And that has never changed. And the same goes for specials for the most part, except for magic-based specials. Magic-based specials like water magic, wind magic, or ice. It's not water magic. Ice magic, wind magic, fire magic. The more you use them, whatever level it is, the more range you get at like, after you hit a certain threshold, you get a certain amount of range. And if I remember correctly, each type of magic has a different level. Like, there's level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Or they have different names. Like, there's just the plain old, plain Jane, just regular fire, regular ice, regular wind. And then there's Mega, which is level 2. I forget what the other one is. I know that the 5th level, the last level, is Terra, but I forget what the other ones are. It's been a while. But y'all will see when I get there. I don't need the tutorial, because I know what I'm doing. See, like, this is like his basic bottom of the barrel fire magic. And, like, this is only his 2nd battle. This is how much range he has. Now, say he's got fire magic up to, like, level 4. I'll have to fix the buttons again, because I can't zoom out to show you. But back in the day, in my original, I had a witch, a female mage, right? And I had grinded her up so high that not only was she my highest level character in my entire squad, even more so than the main character. Like, she had like 500 plus levels on this man. Mostly because I grinded up her magic so much that she could use her basic plain, like, level 1 fire magic like he has, because that's what she started out as. She started as a fire mage. not a male, but a female. And her range would cover this whole stage and then some. Like, you were practically, like, there was nowhere you could go where she couldn't reach you. And since that's how much range she had, just from the giddy up from the bottom of the barrel for her magic, and when she could use it at a higher level and be able to hit more than one target at a time, like, it was just easy. Easy later on. And I tried to give her a little bit of a break so that way, you know, it wouldn't be too easy. Because I'm like, I could just throw her out. She's got a good stash. She can take a hit. I could just put her out by herself and she would just smack down on everybody. But I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Like, somebody else gotta get some experience. So, like, I'm not gonna do that. But, yeah. I could not be fucked with back in the day. It was too good. Nice, guys. I love that for us.
Pretty dude. Pretty dude.
I can appreciate, like, the eye shine when they attack. I can appreciate that. And they also changed up how team attacks work too in later games. Like this particular, like, set right here, 3 in the front and 1 in the back. Back in the day, this was the best way to get, like, it's not really friendship points, but to set up your allies affinity, friendship affinity or whatever, to participate in team attacks. And there's different ways you can do it, but it has to be they have to be close by. Whoever's actually attacking the target needs to be front and center. And then if it was only going to be like 2 people, like if I was trying, I am going to be trying actively. But if I really wanted to get like Adele and Rosalind to do team attacks together, I would have to keep attacking enemies with the 2 of them being within 1 square of each other. So since Adele would normally be the one attacking, he would have to be where he's at now, or I could do this. Never mind, I fucked it up. But I have to switch my buttons around again. But if I wanted to switch it around, I could I could have them set up how they were just then, minus Adele being turned away from her. I need to go back again because I fucked something up. I don't want end turn to be anything, honestly. Mm. could work. Let me see. No, it's not doing anything. Brought up my value. What? Confusion. That shouldn't be triangle. I gotta like write down a guide or something because this is craziness. Let me save again real quick. Because one thing you don't want to do is forget to save. Because when shit starts getting crazy, you won't want to save. I already know how geosymbols work.
Ready, dude?
And if you can help it, definitely try your best to have whoever you want to be the strongest always fighting in the same battles together.
Look at me.
Ooh, that black spike. Good job, guys. That was nice. So I definitely wanted Dell to be all the way over here, because I need him to pick up some Jiho symbols. Ooh, actually... because he doesn't really counter. So that'll be good, because I need to move stuff. I feel like this other geo symbol was supposed to be a different color. Because there isn't even a null anywhere.
Ready, dude? Ready, dude?
I also miss like the master student what's it called from 2, because you could have like a terribly long list of recruits or students, and you could literally learn things from your other recruits if they were students. So if I wanted Adele to learn healing magic or fire magic or wind magic or ice magic, all I would have to do right? Is get him these particular recruits that have these particular specials and have them stand side by side and through a certain amount of battles where Adele is able to copy these specials after a certain amount of time, or he uses them a certain amount of times. He will then be able to use those abilities without his recruits' uh, assistance. So, say if her name's not Kasumi yet, but per se, that Telefia, right, was one of Adele's students and not just a standalone character that the game gave me. If she was standing here and we had just decided that Adele was just going to use or copy her healing ability to just keep healing himself for like 10 turns in a row, like every battle or something like that, until he like totally exhausts his SP, after a certain amount of time, or when he's used it a certain amount of times, I think, he'll be able to use that particular healing ability without them having to be close. So she can be wherever she's going to be at, and he can be wherever he's going to be at, and he will then have actually learned how to heal. I don't want to say that they may have changed that at all when they ported it to PC. I hope they didn't. I'm not really going to take advantage of it because why would I want him to learn healing when I already have a healer? Unless it was for some sort of emergency, like obviously I wouldn't want anyone to die, and if you really, really, really are trying to like get your peeps to stand alone on their own, you can't always depend on your healer. Me, I could. My healer back in the day, she's on the front line with everybody. Like she right up here with Adele, and she's still squishy. She's still squishy right now. But my healer back in the day was right up there with everybody else. She got her bow still in the back, but if I needed her to push up, she gonna push up. And she ain't gonna she ain't gonna get attacked like twice and then she's gone. Nah, my healer was beefy. Like Kasumi was buff. Like she was a good, what, level 700 something? Damn good level. Had all her healing, had her other buff effects that she gets as a healer. And of course, like just about every bow special in the game you could get, except maybe two that I don't think you get until like way further down in like the weapon tree. But she was pretty close. Because I had looked up a special video, like a special showcase on YouTube. I forget how long ago. Because every single weapon in the game, at least as far as 2 goes, there's a certain amount of weapon specific specials that each weapon has. And it wasn't cheap either. They changed it in later games where only certain weapons have more specials than others do. And 2, it was balanced. Every weapon minus the staff, I believe, don't quote me on that. Every weapon minus the staff had a unique special that you could only perform when you had gotten to a certain level of proficiency with that weapon. Just like with the unique characters, like the story characters like Rosalind and Adele, they have unique specials that are unique to them as a character. But aside from Adele having his own actual unique specials as just a character, he will also be gaining experience and proficiency with his fists, not just the worn gloves because he's not going to have those forever, but he is going to be learning 2 different lines of skills at the same time. And one cheap thing they did is that later on, and don't think I ain't noticed, Nippon Ichi Software. Don't think I ain't noticed. they actually ripped off Adele's unique special, Big Bang, and one of his other unique specials, what is it? It's not Crimson Fist. It's I don't think it's either Crimson Flame. It's Crimson something, but I think it's Crimson Flame. But Adele had what? I think he had 3 or 4 character unique specials that he's gonna learn, and when he gets them, I'm gonna show y'all, and y'all gonna see a lot of it. They ripped off 2 of his what's it called, and they turned them into fist specific weapon specials. And sure, they're not exactly the same, but the fact that they even attempted to do that was just like mind blowing to me. I was like, y'all really did that for that? That's terrible. That made me sad because Adele's specials suited him perfectly. I'm like 99% sure the one I'm thinking of, his his like forward fist punch that he has, his unique special is called Crimson Flame. The last one he learned is called Big Bang, and I think he had one more which they did bring back, but I think they changed the name of it. But it's one where he has like a really long like combo spree, but you can only use it on one person. Crimson Flame, I think, has like a hitbox of 3, so you can hit 3 people. Big Bang, I think it's like a big square, like right in front, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Big Bang can hit 9 people. So it would be from where this Prinny is, 3 forward, 3 on the side, and 3 on this side. That whole square right there would all be illuminated. And that would be his attack, his area that he would attack from. Or attack in general. My guy died. Uselessly. But yeah. I'm gonna quit ranting about that. We're almost through all the tutorials. I don't. I'll wait. Alright, so. I would rather it go all together, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to set it up that way. And that's okay. Oh, that was something else I missed from the older ones, from 2 specifically. Back in the day, if I can remember correctly, I'm a little fuzzy. When you popped geo symbols, You had to sit through the whole thing. There was no skipping. Unless you changed it in the settings, the longer your geo combo was, the faster it would go. If it was short, it would just be slow. If it wasn't, then you know, then it wasn't. But I also miss the way they looked. Like how it just comes up out of the ground like that. I miss that. So many fun memories. And that effect too. Also, back in the day, popping geo symbols and a nice big combo was the best way to fill out the bonus gauge. That was like, what? 3 waves? 3 layers? And I almost got the whole thing. Kinda. Like, I was technically less than half. But still, if I would have just fought the Prinnies by themselves, I maybe would have got to 2. Maybe just 1. But, you know, it's fine.
So why are you so weak? I mean, you are Overlord Xenon's daughter, right?
Silence! I am the daughter of the legendary Overlord Xenon.
That's cap. This bitch capping a dough. She capping.
But I have never had to fight before. I lived in a beautiful mansion with hundreds of servants and everything I ever wanted. So why would I ever need to learn to fight? Fighting is for the lower classes. It is our duty as nobles to use those fights to improve our kingdom and subjects.
So, you're the Overlord's precious spoiled daughter, Disgaea. Huh. You must be very important to him.
That's right, I am. My father cherishes me. Is it not the same with humans? That is what I have read in my textbooks. Parental love, family love. Were my textbooks wrong?
No, they got it right. I'm fighting for my family, too.
Yay! Now I can finally change their dumbass names. I also really like badly miss how the succubus used to look in 2. She got on like a bodysuit, right? It's just a bodysuit, and of course it's supposed to be sexy. She's a succubus. Why? Why in 3 did they turn these bitches into teachers? And they gave them this goofy ass tie that goes in between their boobs and sleeves and they're like the boots they have now are freaking are like just past the knee, right? In 3, the game right after this, they hike those boots up to like not even mid thigh. Like they go all the way the fuck up, bro. They're practically like jean boots, and they look so ugly, so ugly. Like I feel like they ruined the succubus from 3 onward. I was so upset. They don't even attack with their tails anymore. They just like attack with like magic and little hearts and junk. 2, and I think they were the same in 1 also. The succubus's attack animations were so unique and so freaking goofy. I loved them. And then they changed it and just ruined it. Terrible. Mhm. Nice. Oop. Thought it would have had a little more mana than that, but alright, sure. These weren't in 2 originally. Or were they? No, these debuted in 3. So these weren't in the original. These debuted in 3. I believe they were probably in 1, but they were never in 2. Anything else here that shouldn't be here? Okay. I don't know. Who should I get? I'm probably just gonna get 2 for now. Oh, I might make it 3. I don't know. I'm thinking it over. Because I definitely am gonna need a thief. Because back in the day, thieves were actually busted as fuck. They were actually busted. They, as far as I knew, they never got a unique skill to where they could steal an item without having like a stealing hand. But later on, they got their own unique special where they could steal without having to use an additional item. But in earlier games, they were the best class to use to steal items. And trust me, if you wasn't trying to go digging through hours and hours of the item world to find you some decent ass weapons, get you like 50 stealing hands, make sure your freaking thief is bulked the fuck up, make sure they got really good speed, make sure that level is high, and then weaken the fuck out of somebody that you want to steal an item from, and then sick your thief on them. The lower their health is, and the more of a level gap you have, and how much more speed you have compared to whoever you're trying to steal from, that shit's yours. You're getting it every time. Every time. But let me see. Only need 1. 10, 50 for average. I remember when I used to make a bunch of geniuses because I just had mana for days. Let's see. Let's see. What should I name her? I don't remember what I named my thief from my original game. But I'm gonna go with Kiri for now. I thought she was all out of what's it called? Well, either way. That is not your name. Your name is Kasumi. Like, oh man. Whoops. Oh yeah, they only cost 1 mana. I was like, I could have swore. Oh yeah, there was also like a really weird song that would play when you went to the reincarnation screen. And I could never like put my finger on what exactly it was. But to me it sounded like Prinny singing. So I was just like, If they kept it the same, I'll definitely show it to you when I get enough mana. Oh boy. Okay, so I have... Yeah, I think this is all I need for right now. I don't really need no news, because I gotta get them weapons and stuff. So let me see what everyone has. By level, let me go to the status menu. Oh, he has a sword. No one else has a sword, but I like giving my I like giving my warriors axes, and then I give my lady warriors spears. My healers always have freaking bows. And then my spellcasters always have what's it called? Staffs. I was about to say, why did it get so dark in my room? I keep forgetting that I have my lights set to like auto turn off. I wanna say that I gave her a gun back in the day. give Adele a sword. Ain't nobody giving this man no damn sword. He got fists. That's what the game gave him. That's what he gonna get. He ain't getting nothing else. Nathan else. Imagine Rosalind rolling up with a damn bow. Stop it. But yeah, so I'm going to get a spear, a staff, and a gun, and an axe. So, you're gonna get cheap axe. This is all I got, really. Okay, there goes that. Okay. And see, back in the day, they weren't digging in your pockets for you to be able to get your first couple weapons. Like, all I did was do my couple of, regular old story missions, and I had enough to buy 3 whole weapons and then some. I did buy a thing, right? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Nope, I didn't. Because she has her gun, she has her staff, she has her spear. Okay, so I also need to get them some armor. La la la. It's always weird that, like, these are in, like, a strange order. And now I'm broke again. Might as well get this one, because why not? Nice. And yes, that was all of my money, but that's okay. Because I can always sell little, like, bits and pieces of shit that I'm not using, or stuff that I got from... the, what's it called? Like, I could even give that to, what's her name? That man show brawny muscle. Actually, let me just save real quick. Good old Prinnies.
Really trying to lead me to Xenon's mansion?
Of course she's not.
ambition. If you do not face challenges along the way, you will not fully appreciate your goal.
Look, I'm not doing this for the satisfaction. I just want to fight the Overlord.
Pumpkin, do you not appreciate beauty? Every course to an Overlord begins with the beautiful art of leveling up.
Oh, please. You don't even know how to fight. Am I supposed to believe that you know all this random trivial knowledge?
Of course. How can a noble better justify squandering time than with the pursuit of knowledge?
And being a demon and all, you must have a lot of time to squander.
Of course she does. She can't fight. She can't do nothing except read, really. It's the only thing she's good for, Adele. Come on. Hey. Oh, wrong button. Ah, now they're out of position. Whoops, that is the wrong person. Nice. But why her though? But why her though? Sigh. Nice. Bruh. I I swear to God, Prannies are such pieces of shit sometimes. Cause how you gonna hit a bunch of zeros and then all of a sudden you gonna pull out like a fucking 15 out of nowhere? I was gonna say, was a Prinny not dead?
Overlord Zenon, my master, I have just received urgent news from the princess's mansion.
And one other thing that I'll probably gush about later on is that I love, love, love the freaking art and the backgrounds for two specifically. Like when we get closer to the end of the game, when we finally get to Zenon's castle and we're making our way up to where he's fucking hiding at, the like glass portion of his castle is so fucking pretty. And the music, crazy. Also, Prennies are assholes. Fuck them.
The princess has disappeared, and it has happened in front of many servants. What? Is this true? It appears someone has summoned her. Someone with decent summoning skill. But who? How did they even know about the princess? We do not know yet, but it is obviously someone who opposes you. Find the princess immediately. You must not allow her to be contaminated by the outside world.
No spoilers, but he paranoid as fuck.
Yes, sir. We will be sure to keep the princess a secret from anyone else. What shall you have us do with the guards in her mansion? Wipe them out. All of them. As you wish, my master.
Yes! Also, they really, really, really dropped the ball later on because I'm not even done with the first chapter of the game yet, and I have the item world. The item world is where you go to grind and make your weapons more powerful. You can use it for your equipment, you can use it for healing items. Pretty much any item in the game that you can get a hold of, you can go into it at your own discretion because every item in the game has a different item level, and depending on said item level, you may or may not go into that and get your ass kicked. And when you're in the item world, you cannot save until you leave. Every either 10th or 11th floor, you get like a little safe spot where you get shops, you get a hospital, and you will always have the option of leaving the item world and then cashing in all of those levels that you had previously gone to before you got to that floor that you're currently at, and then you make your item like your item becomes more powerful with the more levels you go into. And it only goes up by like single points. Like if you go up 5 floors and then you use a Jinxie exit, then that item's level will only go up by 5. If you go up by like 10 or 20 floors each time, if it's within like a level range that you're comfortable with going into, then that's 10, 20 extra levels added onto that item, like just nicely. So, say if you get a really, really decent item at some point from like the bonus gauge or something, but you know you want it to be a little more beefy. You can go to the item, like the item world person, talk to her, and then you know have that item either in your warehouse or on your person that you're carrying around with you, not equipped it on anybody. And then she will tell you what that particular item's level is. If it's a level that you can handle, like it's not like too high and it's not too low to where you think it might not be worth it, you can always go into an item and make it better. There's also like a whole system that's in place as well for these little characters called residents. And these residents add certain perks onto items. I don't remember all of the specifics on every single kind of resident, but I know that some are kind of hard to find and they're only in certain types of weapons. And then there are some that are fairly common, some that are kind of in the middle. But let's just get back to the explanation, because Mom is telling us about the item world being ready. But you are, though. You are definitely a beginner. Fuck you mean I'm no beginner? But you are. Like, fuck you mean you're not a beginner? Like, huh? What blasphemous nonsense is this? Also, as far as I can recall, the item world is technically endless. So as long as you got the manpower and the levels to make it happen, you can be in the item world for as long as you want. Or you can go into an item as many times as you want to. I would believe until that item reaches until that item reaches max level, which again, as far as I know and can remember, is 9,999. I don't know if they changed that to where it's like 5 nines, 6 nines, 8 nines now. But back in my day, back in OG2, it was only 4 nines. 4 nines was the max out. That was as high as you could go. It would not go not a digit higher than that. 9,999 was top level. But yes, the item world is one of the most dangerous places in the netherworld. If an unskilled person enters, they may lose their life. The landscape, geo panel, and geo symbols will change every time, so your route may even be blocked. If you enter without taking an escape item, you have no guarantee of a safe return. Unless you're just gonna ball out with your balls out. And you're just gonna try and fight your way through. Which I do from time to time. Because I'm just like, nah, we gotta get through this. Even if I'm down to like the last person in my entire party. Which also, it is a staple that you can only call out 10 allies per battle. Even if a couple of those 10 allies die, like when you're doing a floor of the item world, you cannot call out new allies. Once you call out that last person from that first set of 10, that's it. If everybody in that 10 dies before you get to that safe room in the item world, it's a game over. There's no restarting, no refreshing. Whatever you got from that run of the item world if you didn't make it to that safe room or you didn't use a Jinxie exit when it was getting a little too hairy for you, whatever you got, whatever items you picked up, um, 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 however many levels your peeps gained during that run, whatever items you stole, anything you got during that run, if you get a game over when you're in the item world, that is fucking it. That shit is gone. And since the item world is always random, there's no guarantee that even if you go into the exact same item that you were just in, that your next go around is going to run exactly the same. It'll always be different. It will never be. It'll never be the same. There may be like some slight like similar elements, but it'll always be different. But I know it's hard for beginners, so I'll give you one Mr. Jinxie exit as a gift. So, if I had the energy and I would show y'all, the item world is also one of my favorite places in Disgaea too. Mostly because of the music. The music in the item world for 2, I love it so much. It's so good. Like the team that did the music for 2, which I think is pretty much the same set of people for like every Disgaea game, they always kill it. Like their stuff never fails. It's always so good. Even when it's like, even when there aren't any lyrics or anything, it's still good. But yeah, we're not gonna do any item world stuff. We'll maybe do one more. I think we'll do one more story, what's it called, and then I will end the screen. You know, just that we get a little more. Oh wait, there isn't a what's it called for this one? Alright then. If that one had an actual cutscene, then I would have done it. But since it don't, that's okay then. La 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 I will literally go on all night, but I will not. This has been Disgaea 2, Christian Louise, for Throwback Thursday. I will see you guys on the next stream day, which is Saturday. So yes. I will catch y'all later. Also, definitely don't forget to leave your likes at the Dell. And yeah. I'm gonna catch y'all later. And don't forget to like the stream either. Because I need them likes. Okay? Nighty night, guys. Also,